everyone, how you doing today? This is your boy, your one and only H to the E to the N to the Henry. And back again, day 2, talking about 7 things you need to avoid on your journey to wellness and longevity. What did you guys take home yesterday? Talking about cutting calories. For me, one thing I took home while I was trying to prepare my notes for that video was learning how to stack the cards in your favor. Because it's quite a couple of things, do this, a little bit of that, avoid a little bit of this, avoid a little bit of that. So you want to stack all the cards, in your favor and consciously know exactly what it is you're doing and what it is you need to do to help you know what works for you. To stay well, stay optimal, and be everything that you really want to be, whatever it is. Good mother, good father, inventor, CEO, whatever it is. Take your ministry out there and be the best. Today, day 2. Let's see. What is culprit is on 7 things you need to avoid on your journey to wellness and longevity. Culprit number 2 is whole wheat bread. This guy, he bad. He really bad. Now, I really don't want to alarm you because many of us left white bread for whole wheat bread. This is the reason we got off white bread. And right now I'm telling you that whole wheat bread is very dangerous for you. Not just is it going to help you gain weight, but it also could lead to terrible diseases like heart diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer. Whole wheat bread. And for many of us, this is staple food in our homes. So what am I talking about? I know it's kind of hard, but just stay with me. I'm not just going to tell you how to throw this away and why you should. I'm going to try to give you alternatives too. Help you, just stick with me a little bit. So let's talk about this briefly. See, one of the biggest problems is that the wheat that we eat today is very different from the wheat that we had in the Bible days. This wheat today is highly genetically modified, and it doesn't have as much nutrients compared to many other food, gram for gram. It doesn't really. So when you talk about leaving white bread and whole wheat bread and leave this, many times it's a variation of the same thing, because I know there's a lot of question out there about what kind of bread is best for you. Is it going to be rye, pumpernickel, whole wheat, multigrain, barley, whatever? It's all a variation of the same thing. Now some are better than the others, I agree, but many times it's just better to leave the whole thing alone. Why should you leave the whole thing alone? This is why. Number 1, most bread is from pulverized wheat, like I said earlier, which has little or no nutrients compared to many other food that we have out there. By the way, have you ever seen have you ever seen a bread bush? I'm not a bread fan anywhere. Anyways, that's just by the way. Number 2 is the wheat contains gluten. Now I know there's been a whole lot of talk out there about gluten. What is gluten? Should I avoid it? Should I not? Do I have celiac? If I don't have celiac disease, do I still go ahead and eat gluten? Well. This is what gluten is. It is a protein, a very low form of protein. And it is that thing found in your flour that gives your dough its viscosity when you're trying to knead it. Just like the name sounds, gluten. So that's really what it does. And for those who have celiac or are very sensitive to gluten, it really affects your intestinal walls, because it really gets to eat them up and erodes them and gives you a whole lot of complications in your body. How do you know if you're insulin sensitive or not? How do you know if you have celiac disease or not? You have to really go out there to test it. But why really go through all the for me, what I just recommend is leave the whole guy alone. And outside these days, a lot of people just go out there and try to get gluten-free. And gluten-free foods are a lot more expensive than the gluten counterparts out there in the stores. And all this is just a marketing ploy, because really the whole process of taking gluten out of the wheat in the first place is another big trouble there in itself. It's just the same thing that happened when they were trying to make diet sodas for us. They were trying to take sugar out of it. And what? They gave us aspartame. Worse sugar. Worse, terrible. Forget all those gluten-free things, except for some processes. I mean, there are safer processes to take gluten out of wheat, but I don't think that's done at commercial levels. So just avoid the whole thing altogether. Number 3, wheat contains phytates. What are phytates? Phytates are acids that inhibit the absorption of minerals in our bodies. Now this is terrible. The wheat bread in itself doesn't have nutrients. Now when you eat it, it contains phytic acid that inhibits the absorption of other nutrients that you may even have in your body. Like, seriously? I don't get it. Number 4, commercial wheat bread contains high levels of sugar, fructose, high levels of it. And this can lead easily to you being at risk to get diabetes, even cancer, a lot of complications. This sugar is really, if you want to lose weight, cut out sugar, especially in a whole lot of sodas, or like in Nigeria, back in Africa, I don't know why they call those sodas minerals. I don't even know why they call them minerals because they don't even have any minerals. Those things, Coke, Fanta, Pepsi, whatever they are just no good to you. I haven't found a single benefit of sodas. Now, if you go to the glycemic index table, which is the table that is structured in such a way to help you know what to eat to avoid obesity and diabetes, if you go there, many of the food there are categorized based on their sugar content. If you check it, you find that wheat bread is higher in the glycemic index table than even your regular table sugar. Yeah, one slice of wheat bread just contains as much sugar or more than a tablespoon of table sugar. That's bad in itself. And number 5 is that wheat bread increases your bad cholesterol, because there is a good cholesterol also, and there are some things that affect the bad cholesterol, but then they also impact the good cholesterol. But wheat bread has nothing to do with your good cholesterol, just increases your bad cholesterol, which is a dense LDL, which is totally not good for you at all. Avoid it. Now, I like the 6th thing about wheat bread here. It contains traces of alloxan. Now, that is one compound we want to avoid at all costs. When researchers are trying to create drugs to help fight against diabetes, one of the things they do is that they get to test these drugs on animals. And when you get an animal and when you want to try a drug on an animal for diabetes, the animal has to have diabetes in the first place. So one of the ways they introduce diabetes to these animals that they're going to use for tests is by introducing alloxan to the animal. Now, this same compound is found in trace quantities, I must say, but then it is found in a bleach that is used to pulverize wheat for bread that we eat. Yes, traces of the same compound that is used to introduce diabetes to animals. And when I found this, I was alarmed, but it's so true, it's right out there. So what then do you do? Well, I want to recommend to all of you who bake out there. I have a couple of friends, I know you, I see you, who bake. I want to challenge you to try to use, look for alternatives that we can use instead of wheat flour to bake, to still give us that kind of taste and flavor that we all know to get from bread, and avoid the whole thing altogether, because because the terrible thing really is the wheat and all the chemical compounds that are getting put in it to give some taste. Like, I went and got this coconut flour. I've tried it to make bread. It didn't color like the regular bread I used to know, but I like the taste. I also have cassava flour. I'm gonna try that. I'm trying a couple things to see what's really best for me, because I don't want to just throw this whole thing out there. I like bread. I like good life. I like to live. So I'm trying out different things to see what's really gonna work. And once I find what's good, I'm gonna let you guys know. So that's it for me today, day 2 of 7 days, talking to you on the things you need to avoid on your journey to wellness and longevity. Like I said initially, these things you don't need to faith for at all. Just do the right things. That's all you need to know. And take your faith out there. Be the best that you can be. A great mother, a great father, an inventor, whatever it is you really want to be. Go out there and be the best. Don't let wheat bread stop you. I'll see you tomorrow.